interesting thing to wake up to realize that even your most aggressive demons have gotten tired of spending time with you. You can't run away from something if there's nothing there to run away from, so I guess I just need to find something else to be haunted by now. I remember walking past that old abandoned house in the Whittier Place every day. You could tell what kind of home it was. That house still swelled with sadness, even though all life had long since been gone from it. Those walls held so many ugly memories, and the foundation itself seemed to frown and hunch from the pain that it had held for all those years. I can't tell you how many times I thought about setting fire to that place. I thought maybe a burning fire could restore some of that burning passion those structures held so long ago. Maybe new life would rise from the ashes, and back then, I couldn't understand why that house meant so much to me, but I guess I've realized now that I'm afraid. I'm afraid that someday someone's gonna walk past my house and get that same feeling. Because let's face it, you don't have to be alone to feel alone.
No, you don't have to be alone to feel alone, and we all know more about it than the farthest star could learn over all its eons of existence. The distance between the connections of constellations can't compare to the constant separations we put ourselves through, the way we push and pull one another, the way we let ourselves be enveloped by the expanses of our loneliness, how we stretch out, like the empty space between stars, and how we're all dying for gravity to pull us back together. But I can remember days when I wanted to be alone, and I would walk for miles out into the dark, searching for a solitude that matched that of my heart. Now I don't have to try so hard to be distant anymore. I can drift into my thoughts in a crowded bar as easily as I can on an open road, and the isolation is just the same. It's not made any weaker for any friend I claim, so it must be one of friendship's quandaries that it's not a cure for this disease. We're just too far apart to solve these mysteries. And I end up watching like a ghost as it happens all around. Sometimes loneliness is not an absence, but rather much too much of me.
Because loneliness is so much more than just a void, and it often carries more weight than that of a life filled with relationships. It's a state of being. It's a feeling. And it's a lifestyle that so many of us think that we have no other choice but to live. And it's a noose. It's a noose that clutches tight around every kid's neck who feels like his home is more like hell than anything else. And it's when you look in the mirror and no longer see the person you want to be. You recognize your face, but that's because it's the only thing that hasn't changed. And you want to put a fist through the glass just to reach in and put a hand to the throat of what you become. Because what you become is nothing you ever wanted to be. What you become is nothing like what you wanted to be. It's that feeling you get when you lie in bed at night next to the person you vowed to spend the rest of your life with and realize that you've made a horrible, horrible mistake, like learning that even our most beautiful, serene landscapes can be skewed into barren, lifeless bodies, and how the most vibrant happiness can so easily be pulled away to reveal something so completely and utterly different.
Like how we are completely and utterly different, and yet loneliness proves its irony, tapping each of us on the shoulder to turn to it as generations come and go. We still find ourselves here, surrounded by a crowd of lonely faces, still in the same places, walking the same roads, past the same houses, where we hope to erase the memories flooding the basements, where the attics are still holding the dreams of the same fires we wish we had the guts to set. So, for what it's worth, you can count my matchstick embraces as ember hopes will be pulled back together. I promise I won't walk out now if you don't walk out now, and we won't be alone forever.